This is NTU. I'll just put the fibs on it. Go from our highest high to our lowest low, which is around about there, and we can see that it's actually broken above the 23.6 fib, so that's good. Couldn't quite make it to the 38.2 fib, so that's not so good. But anyway, we'll zoom on in. What can we do? We can probably put a fork on it. So I'll take this very lowest low point here, maybe this pivot here and this pivot here, and that sort of gives us a bit of a nice multi-pivot line. Let's have a look. What else can we do? Maybe put a trigger line on it. So it looks like it's supported on there. So that's good. What else can we do? Maybe we can get a better fork if I use this low here, this high, and this low here. Actually, if I use this little test bar here instead, and we'll see how that gives me. That gives me a better fit. There we go. Okay, so it's I've got an exact touch up there, so that's good. And I'll put this on again. That's actually given us an exact fit as well, so that's quite good. What does that tell me? That tells me that it's probably going to resist there, being the back of the bottom of this long fork here, as well as the median line of this. I'll change the color on this one so it stands out, of the black fork, but maybe I'll just get rid of them for a minute. I'll look at the volume bars. We've got our this really high volume bar here. So what I'll do, I'll put a line on the bottom, a line on the top, and that's a big high widespread bar full of selling. We know it's full of selling, spiking. It's full of selling because it's come back down and retested back into the bar, into this high volume bar. It's gone down. It's tested down low and then come back up and eventually overcome it. And now that we've had this big fall off, you can see the prices dip down back looking for supply in this high volume bar from before. So that's quite interesting as well. What else can we notice? Well, when this has come down, this must have been after Japan. When this has come down into this area here, we've seen volume starting to pick up, and with a bit of a wick, that suggests there's hidden buying in this down bar. We've got to remember that smart money buy on down bars and sell on up bars. So there's we know there was some hidden buying in there because the next bar went up and it was pretty good volume as well. So we do have a little bit of background strength at the low here. So that's good. And what else can we see? Well, if we take this next high volume bar, So it's price has dipped down, come back up, but the move up hasn't been supported by the professional traders yet, so it's had to come back down. It's tested for supply in a previous high volume area, and the thing we notice with these, what we like to see with these, is when they come back, we're looking for a really low volume bars that tell the pros that the supply is running out on these lows. We had a really low volume bar, which was this one here, and then we've had a response. We've had a response the other way, but it was still pretty low. It kicked back up again, so there was a bit of buying, came back into it, and then it. But both these bars, the volume dried up, which means the selling's dried up, which means then we have a response with some bit of bullish volume pushing the price up. So that's quite good. We don't like to see too much volume, because then that suggests that maybe, like these bars, that maybe there's some selling in the top. So what else can we say? If I put a line on that high volume bar there, yeah, no, that's a good test where the price has come back down and tested in the previous, tested back into that volume there, so that's quite good. We've got this high volume bar here, which is full of selling, and and that's where you're going to find some resistance, the next lot of resistance, because we got all these we've got trapped buyers that are locked into bad trades sitting up here, and they'll want to be exiting out, possibly. I'll put this fork back on just so we can see what happens if I put that there. No, and use the high and the low. So what we have is a couple of logical pivot points. We've got this resistance line here, and we've got a median line, and both of them are logical pivot points. So I would suspect this will come back down and retest before attempting this resistance line here. So what we're looking for, possibly, I mean, it might just keep going, because it's not, could just keep zooming up through there, who knows, but I would be inclined to think that it'll make a little bit of a pivot, a little bit of a test, because it looks like it's completed a range there as well. So we got that one, it looks like it's just about completed a range, so I think it's going to come back and retest for supply. And you're looking for a really low volume bar when it comes down, testing something closing on its high. Where's a good example in the past? It's a bit hard to find. There's one there, little test bar closing towards its high, going down into previous high volume area, and then followed by an increase in volume and price going up. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for, low supply bar coming back down, and then you can take your entry of that. That's only if you have this background strength, which we do have. We have volume on the low, so that's good. Our next one, Northwest Energy, NWE. No, that's the same one. No, that's not. That's NTU, NWE. Okay, they look very much the same sort of chart. Thought I was looking at the same chart there, but anyway, Northwest Energy. What can we see? I think I've already drawn in high volume lines. Where are they? Okay, there's one there. I've missed it. I've used the top of that one there. And we can see now once price drops, it's now dipping back into that high volume area, looking for supply. We've had our buying climax here with price spiking, and that bar is spiking as the pros come in and sell into the bar, and that's continued the next day, and then prices just rolled over on low demand. And then Japan happened, and it took down she went. But we do have all this volume coming in the low here. Oh, wrong. And then followed by price going up, so that shows some strong buying coming back into the stock. So I'll put a fork on there, similar to the other one. That gives us a good multi-pivot line. That doesn't really tell us a lot at this stage. I'll try something else. If I do that high, that low, that high, no, that doesn't really tell us what's going to happen at the moment. But anyway, what we do have now is, as price has gone up, we've had buying here and then nothing's happened, and we're coming up. We'll probably find this resistance area here. Actually, there's a high bar there, so I probably should move that down a bit. Had a bit of a support on that volume bar there. We do have the next high volume bar right there. That's now acting as an area of supply, as locked in buyers around this area are not wanting price to go up. They're wanting to take profits. But these lows here are still being supported, so that's good. And what we have here is now a really low, a really low. And that tells us, well, there's low demand, but also there's low supply. There's no one selling for a lower price. And that is, and that's generally what smart money are looking for. They're looking for supply to come out of the stock before they move it up, so they don't, they're not competing with sellers when they're trying to make the stock go up. So that's that looks like a little bit of a test bar, not much. You really want sort of a bar that goes down into this, down back into this high volume area to test for supply on really low volume like that, followed by a rise the next day, closing on its high, and on more bullish type volume. But sometimes they can, you could get they could decide that's low enough supply there, and you could get a bar up the next day. You never know. That's really low supply, so that's ideal for a markup. So just keep an eye on it. But it's looking quite good at the moment. They can hold. The only thing is, it's